heavyweight division, you see the numbers presented by Crescent Tools. Houston Alexander versus Jason Fish.
Most things are very similar here. You see Houston Alexander does have a little bit of a height advantage, but the main thing here is going to be Jay Fish. It looks about 20 pounds heavier than his opponent was, but Houston Alexander does not care. He feels like he has such a powerful right hand. If he gets in there and lands it, he's going to win. Jay Fish might want to get in there, lean on his opponent, and try and wear him down to go later in the fight.
Jason Fish made his BKFC debut in March of last year. He defeated Adrian Miles by third-round TKO.
And you can see right here, Jay Fish has great power. If he hits you, he knows he's going to hurt you. I mean, Adrian Miles is a very tough, very experienced fighter. That one punch right there, that was it. If you hit the guy in the right spot, Jay Fish he's going to knock him out. When he's that heavy-handed, when he's that strong, it doesn't matter. So that's his game plan. He just knows he has to wait for the right time, wait for the right moment, and land that big punch, and the fight's going to be over.
Jason Fish, 2-1 in bare knuckle. He's also had 9 pro MMA bouts, including 1 in Bellator. Told us, Chris, in our fighter meeting, he's been working on head movement and keeping his hands up.
Not only that, but staying out of that center line. He knows what he's worried about is that big punch coming from Houston Alexander. He cannot let Houston set the pace. He cannot let Houston throw that punch and land it when he wants. Got to get out of the center line, use that in and out movement.
Jason Fish said, "It's an honor to fight Houston Alexander. I am a genuine fan of his, but I'm not intimidated. What I think of Houston Alexander, while he's supremely talented, I don't think that he can consistently take my heavy punches and forward pressure."
Feels like the power is going to be a problem. I don't think he has the faith that his opponent's chin will stand up. He feels that if he hits him with that shot, that big right or that left hand, he's going to knock his opponent out.
Houston Alexander made his BKFC debut last September. He defeated Wes Combs by first-round knockout.
And we keep talking about the power that Houston has, and here's going to be shown on full display. One big right hand, and that's going to be all she wrote. And look how his opponent falls. That's power right there. When you hit a guy and he drops like that, doesn't put his hands down, that means he is out right then and there. Houston feels like if he lands that right hand, doesn't matter, heavyweight, lightweight, middleweight, any weight, he's taking their head off and he's putting them down.
You hear the cheers in his home city, Omaha, Nebraska, for Houston Alexander. 1-0 in BKFC, 36 fights in his pro MMA career, which includes 6 in the UFC and 5 in Bellator. He's also had 2 pro boxing bouts. Alexander told us in our fighter meeting, there's nothing more for me to learn as a fighter. In training, what am I going to do? Learn how to punch? Learn how to fight? He said, my entire focus in training was on my cardio.
Yeah, he wants to make sure if he throws those punches, throws those bombs, he still has plenty of gas left in the tank. But the main thing he was talking about, he wanted to make sure he gets off first. Doesn't want to wait around and counter. Feels like he can establish that jab and fight this fight anywhere his opponent wants.
Alexander said, I am ready for Jason Fish to run forward. I'm going to throw hard shots to his body, big overhand rights. He said Fish will put down his head. I think he will struggle to see my overhands coming.
Said he doesn't feel any extra pressure fighting at home. He loves this sport. He loves fighting. Can't wait to put on a show in front of his home crowd.
To get us started, Jeff Houston.
Fight fans of Omaha, we are now set for the co-main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Presented to you by Crescent Tools. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight, he wears black with red trim. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 219.6 pounds. He holds a bare knuckle record of 2 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Saginaw, Michigan, here is the Mad Titan, Jay Hookem Fish. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 199.6 pounds. He is undefeated in the squared circle at 1-0. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the popular combat sports star, fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, by way of East St. Louis, Illinois, Houston, the Assassin, Alexander. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
Jason Fish said, I have to establish my inside game. Uppercuts from the pocket in the clinch. Round number 1. Black trunks for Houston Alexander. Black and red trunks for Jason Fish. Alexander coming forward with the overhand right. Lands on his shoulder, but it sends Fish back off his striking line. Good quick movement outside from Alexander.
Man, you definitely get the feeling this fight could move really quick, Sean. Whoever lands that punch.
Snap jab from Alexander. Jab again. Alexander staying very long, really getting full extension on that jab from range.
Probably best going against a big, strong guy like he's going against.
Fish, you can see, looking for the entry. Alexander timing that jab well. Jab to the right hand to the body. Jab again.
I like using that right hand to the body. You got to slow your opponent down a little bit.
Fish to the inside. Hard overhook. Alexander back out. Alexander now running forward into the pocket. Big shots from Houston Alexander. Fish looking to counter. Sends Alexander back on the left hook. Alexander resetting, hands high and tight. 55 seconds remaining, round number 1 of our co-main. Fish taking a backward step. Alexander cautious on the entry, jab to the body.
Right back to that long jab I like.
Overhand right, another big overhand right. And that's ruled a knockdown by Andrew Glenn. Face first into the ropes.
Alexander doesn't want to leave.
That is it! The win for Houston Alexander as Omaha, Nebraska explodes. Cool as you like in victory for Houston Alexander. The timing with the jab, negating that inside game and ferocious power of Jason Fish. The first round KO win for Houston Alexander. Now 2-0 with 2 first round finishes for Houston Alexander. And showing the class against Jason Fish. Nothing but respect flowing in both directions between these 2 fighters. The ending sequence, thudding overhand rights, and you see Fish falling face first onto the second rope, correctly ruled a knockdown by Andrew Glenn because the rope supporting Fish hitting the canvas. Can you see how Fish falls? He would have gone down to the canvas. Glenn sending back Alexander, counting. Then determining that Jason Fish cannot safely continue. Class in defeat for Jason Fish, class in victory for Houston Alexander. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 1 minute 41 seconds into round number 1 for your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Houston, the Assassin Alexander.
Okay, I'm here with the winner. Very happy, Houston Alexander. Houston, congratulations on a fantastic fight. How's it feel to get a victory in front of your hometown like this?
Nebraska's in the building! First off, much respect to my opponent. Yo, give it up for my opponent tonight. Give it up for Jason, everybody. Give it up for Jason. I'm never out here fighting for me. I'm always fighting for you guys. So I appreciate everybody that came out to see me. The supporters and the haters, we appreciate you.
Houston, it looked like the gameplay coming out there was to throw a lot of jabs, set up for your right hand. Was that what the play was coming in?
Jab, jab, jab. Curly Alexander. Jab, jab, jab.
Hey, 2-0 now. What can we expect to see next from me? Anybody you want to fight?
I don't care who it is. I don't care how much you weigh. I don't care how tall you are. I got these for you right here. This solves everything.
Congratulations. Fantastic fight, Houston. Thank you.
In our fighter meeting, Houston Alexander told Chris Lytle, myself, I'm going to stab the jab quickly and then start landing power shots. That's exactly what he did. Huge right hands to the finish set up by that beautifully timed outside jab. The winner by way of first round TKO, Houston Alexander defeats Jason Fish.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 33, live Friday, November 18th. In the main event, it's the Mexicutioner versus the Assassin, as former BKFC World Champion Joey Beltran clashes with a warrior looking for his next knockout, the undefeated Houston Alexander. In the co-main event, the unbeaten Sean P-Town Wilson knuckles up with combat sports vet Kevin Crash Croom. Watch it live. Download the BKFC app at bkfc.com. Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight of the night is a heavyweight tournament alternate fight scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. And it is brought to you by the United States Air Force Aim High. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black trimmed in green. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall. His official weight, 232.6 pounds. His MMA record is an incredible one at 60 victories, opposite 28 defeats, with 23 big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Yucaipa, California, please welcome Tony Kryptonite Lopez. And across the squared circle, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black trimmed in white. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, 254 pounds. His pro MMA record consists of 17 victories opposite 15 defeats, with 12 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is a UFC and Bellator veteran, fighting out of Carlsbad, California. Here is Joey the Mexicutioner Beltran. And our referee in charge of the action, Bill Clancy.
Toe the line, gentlemen. Wait for my command.
Knuckle up. Here we go with round number 1. Black and white trunks for Joey Beltran, black and green trunks for Tony Lopez. Wide open, squared stance from Lopez, staying outside. What Lopez calls the kickboxing range. Beltran to the body with the right hand, working off the jab.
Keep closed when you extend.
Champ Lopez staying very long. Bill Clancy warning both fighters, keep your fingers closed when you extend.
Yeah, it looked like both fighters are opening their hands when they're not in close. And we saw earlier where a guy was getting thumbed with the fingers. So we want to keep those hands closed.
Lopez to the body. Beltran smartly right back to the head. Bigger shots to the body now from Beltran, turning to the inside. Lopez looking to counter. And there's that half-tie plum again.
Yep. Both of them did the move.
Big XL from Beltran. Exposing the front shoulder. Slight swelling under Beltran's left eye.
And Beltran looked like he's breathing hard already.
Overhand right.
He came
Lopez
out
to the body.
He came out a little fast. He wanted to come out fast and put a lot of pressure, but he may not have the conditioning to do that. He's going to have to wait and see if he can maintain.
25 seconds remaining, round number 1. Lopez long to the body. Lopez right back to the inside. Smile on the face of Beltran.
Oh!
Shot from Beltran. Down goes Tony Lopez. First knockdown in this fight. Remember, he cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Bill Clancy continues his count. Lopez says he is fine. And that's the end of round 1. Smart tactical round number 1 for Joey Beltran.
It was pretty even up to that point until that sharp right hand got in and he fell hard. Lopez fell hard. And you heard a lot of people say you can knock someone out with a 6-inch punch. I think that one was about 3 inches. He just turned it over. He never saw it.
I believe Muhammad Ali called that the anchor punch.
Right there. Beautiful. Beautiful timing by Beltran. Beautiful timing.
Short and sharp.
And again, when you got that weight behind you, it doesn't take much because you're punching with your body.
Confirmation we are headed into round number 2. A phenomenal atmosphere here in Cheyenne, Wyoming at the Ice and Events Center. This city has been a tremendous host. This state has been a tremendous host.
Your fingers locked, okay?
2 fighters up to scratch, towing the line, knuckling up.
Knuckle up.
Round number 2. Beltran immediately working off of the jab. Lopez staying a bit longer. There's the good counter right hand from Joey Beltran.
Lopez going to have to start pulling out every time he gets in. It might benefit him to stay inside, but when he's pulling out, he's available for Beltran to land that shot he don't see.
Lopez again wiping the hair out of his eyes. 30 seconds already gone, round number 2. Again, you will note these 2-minute rounds fly by, although we have had a lot of first-round finishes tonight. Beltran pulling this fight back again. He talked about not getting emotional, not getting into a firefight against Tony Lopez.
Lopez switched southpaw. Ooh.
Flipping right hand from Joey Beltran. Counters again from Joey Beltran, looking sharp. Lopez trying to find a way in. He's either all the way out, champ, or all the way in. Half-tie plum there. Counter hold, both fighters so incredibly experienced in MMA and working in the clinch. Separation from Bill Clancy.
You would think Tony Lopez would have the advantage from the outside, but it looks like he's getting beat to the punch every time by Beltran. Again, counter. And it's those shots, uppercuts.
Beltran only half-jokingly said so many of Lopez's 60 career pro wins in MMA have come from his opponents just getting tired of beating him up and then losing. Lopez, proudly a very resilient fighter who has made his name in MMA largely on resiliency, having the ability to overcome adversity. And also really good striking from the outside. But this is an inside striking fight thus far for Joey Beltran, the end of round 2. You saw the eye contact there. Again, these fighters really dislike each other.
Yes.
Remember, still to come, it is our main event of the evening, our 10th and final fight of this historic BKFC card. Rico Rodriguez versus Louis Rumsey, heavyweight tournament quarterfinal number 4. We are in English tonight with Antonio Tarver, myself, Sean Wheelock, and we are proudly in Spanish. There is Benny Ricardo, outstanding fight commentator in English and Spanish. He's also a great NFL commentator, and he played in the NFL. So happy to have Benny Ricardo with us, commentating the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship from Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Welcome, Benny.
For just the second time tonight, we will see round number 3. 30 seconds out whistle. 4 first round finishes. The doctor's checking Tony Lopez. Beltran for a moment celebrated as though he had won this fight, but we will go to round number 3 of this heavyweight tournament alternate bout. See the fighters towing the line up to scratch. Round number 3. Note the tape on Lopez's hands, that's just wrist tape. Lopez, throughout his pro MMA career, has never, and I mean never, wrapped his hands. He's just put on the MMA gloves. And that is minimal wrapping there. When the thumb is allowed to be wrapped, the wrist, the hands that prevent boxers' fractures, the taping must be 1 inch below the knuckles, true bare knuckle fighting. Lopez taking that to the extreme, Antonio.
And you said Lopez was resilient. He looks like he has a second wind right now. He's been throwing some good shots with power. I think he landed a great body shot earlier. So we'll see. Look like he's picking up the pace here.
Beltran circling out, still working off of the jab. Smart, measured, studied pace thus far set by Joey Beltran. Lopez loading up the left hand. Again, all the way out or all the way in. Time called by Clancy. Lopez claiming he was poked in the eye. Indeed, that's the ruling from Clancy. Clancy now calling in the Wyoming ringside position. 2 assigned by the commission tonight.
You know, in boxing, they used to get thumbed in the eye all the time until they then started doing thumbless gloves. So to prevent the poking in the eye, I don't know what's going to happen here. It's hard to keep a close fist when your hands are out and available like that.
Lopez now has up to 5 minutes to continue. Sir Bill Clancy asked Lopez if he needs some time.
So let's touch gloves.
Confirmation from Clancy that it was an accidental eye poke from Joey Beltran. Lopez is ready. Not interested in any of those 5 minutes, taking the bare minimum. Just like the wrapping and tape on his hands. Round number 3 resumes.
Yeah, Lopez was having a good first round, third round here, so no wonder he wants to get back to it.
Big shots now from Beltran, really opening up, trying to find the finish line in round 3.
And they're working the, ooh.
Lopez cut. Outside of his left brow, blood all over his face, and Beltran opening up even more, turning up the temperature. Best sequence of the fight for Joey Beltran.
Lopez still there, throwing hard shots.
Blood and hair obscuring Lopez's vision. Uppercuts in the clinch. There's the dirty boxing from Beltran. Time called by Bill Clancy, this time for the cut. And that's a slice.
It's bad.
Just heard Clancy say it's bad.
Pretty fucking bad.
Not sure what the closed captioning operator just did with that from Bill Clancy.
Lopez said, "I still see fine." It's the champion in him. It's on top of the head, it looks like. Top of the forehead.
There are cuts and then there are slices. That's a slice.
How much time we got?
2 cornermen going to work. Tony Lopez trying to allow this fight to continue. Jim Smith. Jacob Stitch Duran. Tony Lopez, to the surprise of no one who has followed his fighting career, says he wants to continue. Beltran swinging once more big. Lopez now really opening up on the inside.
Whoa.
Final seconds, round number 3.
Look at Lopez.
You fight on. Best sequence of the fight from a neutral perspective. There's the bell. We are headed to round 4. The Cheyenne, Wyoming crowd in unison on their feet. Champ, you and I talked about this. I said I think this is the sleeper fight of the 10 on the card. Just living up to what I thought.
Yeah, Tony Lopez having a great 3rd round, and then that cut came out of nowhere. I don't think it was caused by a punch. I don't think it was caused by a punch on the top of the forehead, but right there, straight left hand by Lopez. And another one. He knew it was desperation time right there, and he let it all out. And landed some of his best shots at the end of the 3rd round.
You saw the mouthpiece going out from Beltran. That's first-class refereeing by Bill Clancy. There was not a neutral situation, so he never stopped to put the mouthpiece back in.
Toe the line, gentlemen.
You heard Clancy toe the line, gentlemen. Big exhale from Joey Beltran. Round number 4. How great is coming up the scratch? Fighting Championship, again, bringing back the line, the scratch line from the Broughton rules and the London Prize Ring rules that govern bare knuckle fighting in the 17 and 1800s. Exhale from Beltran. Good pressure from Lopez, trying to throw to the body. Clever turn from Joey Beltran. Wide open striking guard, Champ, for Lopez. Hands much higher for Joey Beltran, who steps into the pocket.
Both exchanging good body shots. Man, talk about Lopez's heart, man. He has it.
Great shots from Beltran. Lopez again wiping the hair, trying to wipe the blood out of his eyes, especially his left eye. Blood flowing freely into the left eye from that cut. Slight trickle of blood on the face of Beltran, but it very well might be the blood of Lopez. 45 seconds remaining, round number 4, and there's the smile from Joey Beltran. Better stuff from Lopez. Hands high now from Lopez. Beltran right back with clean, straight punches. Opponents on this card, Race Jackson and Dale Soapy really like each other. Opponents on this card, Sam Shoemaker and Eric Prindle really like each other. Joey Beltran and Tony Lopez really dislike each other. Blood all over the face of Lopez. Closing stages, round number 4. More big straight punches from Beltran. Now Beltran definitely cut. Back comes Tony Lopez. The bell, and we are headed to the 5th and final round. Into the corner of Joey Beltran. This is a quality, fun fight, champ. Back we go to round 4.
Beltran here look at that body shot right there. That hurt. Ooh, right up under the rib cage. And another one. Some of the best work from Lopez in that round. Lopez, no quit in him.
Wipe me up good. Wipe me up
Headed
good.
to the 5th and final round of this heavyweight tournament alternate bout between rounds 4 and 5. Promoter Dave Feldman, the president and CEO of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, Antonio, informed me, regardless of the outcome, he is awarding a bonus to both fighters.
And they deserve it tonight.
Without question.
Putting on a heck of a show.
Lopez opening long. You see Beltran trying to step inside.
Lopez has to believe that he's a little bit behind in this fight. Look at that.
Big shot from Tony Lopez, landing huge. Beltran firing back on the counter. If you've never watched Tony Lopez in his pro MMA career, it usually looks like this.
He's never out of a fight, man, because he has a big heart of a champion, and he has to feel he's behind in this fight. So you're going to look for him to close the show here if he's going to pull it out.
Go back to what Beltran said. I know he's tough. I know he has a great chin. I cannot get emotional in this fight.
Beltran is bleeding very bad also. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Champion of cut from Lopez. Lopez stepping in.
1 minute left.
Down the stretch we go.
Lopez
ferocious. Again, this Cheyenne, Wyoming sold-out crowd on their feet in unison. The break from Bill Clancy. Right hand on the inside, right hand right back from Lopez. Both fighters in the clinch holding half-tie plummet both to the body.
Oh, good uppercut.
If you do not like this fight, bare knuckle fighting is simply not for you. I love this fight. Two of my favorite fighters in MMA, two of my favorite fighters in bare knuckle. Again, the separation from Bill Clancy. 15 seconds remaining in this heavyweight tournament alternate bout. This is tremendous. Beltran walking forward with punches to the body. Blood all over the face of Joey Beltran. Blood all over the face of Tony Lopez. They're
what
still
a fight.
throwing. They throw to the belly.
What a fight. Woo!
And no hug from Beltran, in no mood to celebrate that fight with Tony Lopez. That really shows the animosity between these two. Beltran refused the hug. That was phenomenal.
Wow. Both men refusing to lose, both men refusing to lay down. What a fight.
Just the second fight to go beyond 2 rounds on this 10-fight card, this fight number 9. The second fight to go the distance.
Good fight. Good fight.
Strydom going to work on Joey Beltran.
Lopez knew he had to go to work. Look at those shots, he's landing perfectly. Beltran, credit for standing up. This is Lopez all day. The body work, 1. Both guys, solid boxing, body shots right there. They're gonna feel those in the morning. Oh, nice shot. It was a bloodbath, but boy, a lot of action in this fight.
We've had 4 first-round finishes tonight. We've had 7 finishes in all. But right now, the buzz is all about these 2 fighters, Joey Beltran and Tony Lopez, going incredibly hard over the full 5 rounds in 10 minutes. There you see the slice. 2 slices, in fact. One just opened blood. Above the nose, 2 parallel slices. Bridge of the nose on the face of Joey Beltran. Both gave, both received, champ.
Man, they're gonna be sore in the morning, but I tell you, they put on a heck of a show, and both should be very, very proud of themselves. To be a part of history tonight.
Jim Smith, Strydom definitely had their work cut out for them in this fight. 2 quality cut men going to work. And Beltran and Lopez, 2 high-quality fighters going to work.
Sean, I think that knockdown may be the difference in this fight.
To end all suspense, here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the decision, let's have a round of applause for these two heavyweight warriors. After completing the scheduled 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Judge number 1 and judge number 2 both see the fight 49-45, and our third judge sees the fight 49-46, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Joey the Executioner Beltran.
And the animosity continues.
That's awesome, man.
Now it's finally...
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 33, live Friday, November 18th. In the main event, it's the Executioner versus the Assassin, as former BKFC World Champion Joey Beltran clashes with a warrior looking for his next knockout, the undefeated Houston Alexander. In the co-main event, the unbeaten Sean P-Town Wilson knuckles up with combat sports vet Kevin Crash Croom. Watch it live. Download the BKFC app at bkfc.com. Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
Rynell entering 1-0 in BKFC. He's had 2 pro boxing bouts, 30 amateur boxing bouts. As Corson said, he wanted to use a slick style. Riley said he wanted to use a flashy style. Riley said, I pride myself on a flashy style while also showcasing a high fight IQ. I fight on angles. I set a very fast pace. I realized in my BKFC debut last December just how fast this sport is, and I had made the proper adjustments.
Made the proper adjustments, doing more plyometrics, making sure he's training for this faster pace. Says he will utilize the clinch if he has to, but that's not his game plan. He wants to utilize angles, use his high fight IQ out there.
Riley said, I'm ready for a fast start from Enrique Corson. I'm going to be aware of his wild punches. I need to settle back and then start landing in the mid-range. To get us started, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Presented to you by Nerd Focus, the original Think Drink. Introducing you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 165.3 pounds. He holds a combined combat sports record of 8 fights, and tonight makes his bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Asunción, Paraguay. Here is Enrique Corson. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out the blue corner. Tonight, he wears black. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 165.8 pounds. He is undefeated at 1-0. Fighting out of Fort Worth, Texas, by way of Tampa, Florida. Here is the undefeated Rynell, Black Rhino. Of the action, Andrew Glenn.
The Paraguayan Enrique Corson said, movement is my key to victory. What I cannot let happen is Rynell Riley make this a rough and rugged inside fight. Round number 1, sporting touch of hands. Rynell Riley, black trunks, yellow trim, and just like that, punch number 1 drops Enrique Corson in the black and white trunks.
And that landed clean. I'm impressed by how quick Corson's jumped up after that. Like I said, it takes some people a minute to get used to this style. You don't have a minute sometimes.
Corson to the jab. There's the left hook from Riley. Right hand from Enrique Corson. Riley coming forward again off the right hand. Jab to the body, counter right hand. Right back to it, orders referee Andrew Glenn. Corson trying to get his jab going. There's the two, big left hand from Riley.
I think it was a jab that knocked him back there.
Big swings off the right hand. Knockdown number 2, no rule to slip from Andrew Glenn.
I mean, it looked like he even landed the punch, and then he went down himself from it.
Jab again from Rynell Riley. There's the right hand from Corson. Left hand again from Riley.
I mean, Sean, you can just see the power difference right here. Every time Rynell throws a punch, I mean, Corson can land a punch. He just seems to have not quite the steam on it.
Glenn telling both fighters, watch your head on the inside. Riley absolutely bombing his jab. To the inside goes Rynell Riley. 30 seconds remaining, round number 1. Counter on the right hand, more right hands. Andrew Glenn telling Corson, listen to me. Glenn was calling for a break. Corson did not oblige. There were soft warnings and there were hard warnings. That was a hard warning from Andrew Glenn to Enrique Corson. Feint with the right hand from Riley. Big right hand, knockdown number 2.
And Sean, that's what I'm talking about, that power difference right there. Every time Riley throws a hard punch and lands it, it is hurting you, even if he doesn't land it clean.
See the blood on the neck? That is the end of round number 1, and a huge round number 1 for Rynell Riley, recording 2 knockdowns.
I mean, here, the first knockdown, the first punch being thrown of the fight, I believe. Just a clean right hand, beautiful shot. Here's the second one, back right behind the ear. Just another tough shot right there by Rynell Riley. Like I said, this guy, when he throws punches, it's bad intentions, and he's hurting you with them. That being said, Corson did land some very good punches in there. It just seemed to have no effect so far, but you cannot continue to take punches like that by Riley. He's got to have a little bit better defense, come in with that offense. Because when he lands punches, he's going to hurt you. Just need to step up the defense a little bit, continue that offense. Corson's going to have to do something different right here. He's going to have to try and make sure he doesn't take any clean shots. He's going to have perfect defense.
Round number 2, immediate forward steps from Rynell Riley. Corson is throwing, but again, there's the power differential, and that is a huge left hook from Riley that drops Enrique Corson.
Like I said, I've said it before, that power difference is great.
Incredible toughness from the Paraguayan Enrique Corson. We continue.
I mean, and just, he's not cut up. He doesn't look bad at all. This is incredible, really.
But it's one-way traffic for Rynell Riley, make no mistake.
And like I said, you can see that even the jabs are devastating.
Corson, to his credit, continues to fire. Now a cut on Enrique Corson's cheek.
And Corson's throwing hard punches.
Big left hand! And down goes Rynell Riley!
Wow! Unbelievable! Look at that toughness right there. What a fight! Sean, we love it when somebody gets up off the canvas to win. Somebody's getting off the canvas to win this fight.
No more one-way traffic. A full switch of gears for Enrique Corson. 45 seconds remaining, round 2. I would say 90% of the fighters, forget the weight class on this BKFC roster, would have been done on that 3rd knockdown. Corson gets up and drops Riley. Fight on. Riley coming forward again. Off the jab. Right hand. Riley missing hook to the body. Feint by Rynell Riley. Corson overhand right. Man. There's the jab from Enrique Corson. Final seconds, round number 2. Big right hand. Corson landed it naked without the jab. There's the naked right hand from Riley. Punch after the bell. That is the end of round 2.
Man, Man, he landed a shot after the bell. He landed a shot once he was down. He's got to be careful right there, this Corson. And here's that first knockdown where Corson just takes a big punch. Bam, bam. Just that left hook right on the button. Very impressed. Look, gets right up. Landed his own left hook. Beautiful shot. That second punch did not land. He threw it, though. Just that left hand. Bam! Right on the button.
Both fighters coming up to scratch.
It's a nasty cut on the lip of Rhino.
Round number 3.
Got to watch that right hand that keeps coming over the top. Just like that from Corson.
Big right hand from Corson. Another right hand, counter right hand from Riley. Corson never fully started on the scratch line, staying on the outside. Double jab, fast hands from Riley. Corson a right hand again. Another right hand from Enrique. Corson backs off Rhino. Riley the left hand. 90 seconds remaining, round 3.
Riley's got to end this fight quicker. They might stop it due to his face being all busted up.
Enrique Corson, rare clinch in this fight. Time called by Andrew Glenn. This is going to be a medical timeout.
And his face is a mess right now.
Here is Dr. Don Muzi, Chief Medical Officer for BKFC. One of the finest in all of ringside medicine worldwide. Dr. Muzi talking to Andrew Glenn. Dr. Muzi will allow this fight to continue. Huge ovation from our sold-out crowd here in Tampa. Another right hand and another lands from Corson. Riley firing right back off the jab, resetting. Corson with the right, short left hand from Enrique Corson.
Sean, that power difference is there, but Corson's doing a great job of landing quicker, cleaner, faster.
This is power versus speed, Chris.
Exactly.
Left hand from Corson. Corson off the jab. Stiff jab again from Enrique Corson, an overhand right. One-way traffic nearly now in favor of the fighter from Paraguay, Enrique Corson, but Riley firing right back. Short left hand from Corson.
Riley's looking really tired right now.
Corson blocking those shots. Knockdown number 2. Rhino Riley on his hip.
He's not, I don't know if he's getting up.
Corson, we're getting the long count. Did not go to the neutral corner. The count continues. And a phenomenal, remarkable,
unbelievable
behind win from Enrique Corson.
Wow, unbelievable. Did not see that. That was after those first punch of the fight. Who would have thought he would have came back like that? What toughness. Wow. Here's the punch total. I mean, landed at a higher percentage in Corson, 47, landed a few more punches, but I mean, it was the power that was being displayed by Rhino Riley that was amazing to me. Look at that, 46% landing for, I mean, Corson just continued to throw nice, clean, tight, hard punches. Didn't throw everything into it, but every punch he threw that landed was powerful. It was a good, clean shot. I mean, what a fight that was, man. Unbelievable. Sean, we love it when somebody gets knocked down, gets up off the canvas, wants to win. He got up 3 times off the canvas to score that victory.
2 first-class people, first-class fighters. You see the mutual respect and the elation in the corner of Enrique Corson.
Wow, what a fight.
That is a Fight of the Year candidate. We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 49 seconds into round number 3 for your winner by KO, Enrique Corson.
Sean, we have a Paraguayan coming in to wreak havoc on this division right here. Unbelievable first fight for Corson.
Riley scoring 3 successive knockdowns of Corson, and back came the Paraguayan Enrique Corson with the finish in round number 3. The winner By way of third-round KO, Enrique Corson defeats Rynell Riley.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 33, live Friday, November 18th. In the main event, it's the Mexicutioner versus the Assassin, as former BKFC World Champion Joey Beltran clashes with a warrior looking for his next knockout, the undefeated Houston Alexander. In the co-main event, the unbeaten Sean P-Town Wilson knuckles up with combat sports vet Kevin Crash Croom. Watch it live. Download the BKFC app at bkfc.com. Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live Bare Knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
Starting when he was just 20 years old, Trinidad-Snake now age 25. He said in his bare knuckle debut, he is focusing on throwing the jab to work to the inside.
Yeah, he said he's taking this very seriously, more than any other training camp. He's focused on his diet. He's focused on his training. He actually said he wants a war. I think that's something that people say before they've had one of these fights. I want a war. I don't know if you really want that. Let's see when he gets in there.
Trinidad-Snake, his father is Hispanic, his mother is Native American, hyphenates his last name to honor the heritage of both parents.
Yep, his game plan, he wants to get in there, he wants to be elusive, he wants to throw punches from weird angles, go out there and confuse his opponent.
Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Fight fans of Omaha, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Presented to you by Tiger Life Energy, the cleaner energy drink. Introducing you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight, he wears black and red. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, 164 1/2 pounds. He holds a bare knuckle record of 1 victory opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Fort Walton Beach, Florida, here is Noah Cutter. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears black. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 161.4 pounds. Tonight, he makes his bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, here is Carlos Trinidad-Snake. And our referee in charge of the action, Nick Behrens.
Carlos Trinidad-Snake said, Noah Cutter has experience. I feel he's relatively stiff, though, in his movement as a striker. Cutter said, I want to work to the inside, implement my dirty boxing. Round number 1. Black and red trunks for Noah Cutter. Black and white trunks for Carlos Trinidad-Snake. 1-1-2 from Cutter, and there's the return from Trinidad-Snake.
Good counter by Snake.
That's a higher, tighter striking guard from Noah Cutter than we've seen in his 3 previous bare knuckle fights, and the left hand gets through from Trinidad-Snake. Big right hand, Cutter in all sorts of trouble, and down he goes.
And that was a fantastic uppercut landed by Trinidad-Snake that really set that up. Noah Cutter's severely hurt right now. I don't know if he's getting up.
Referee Nick Behrens stopping the count, and correctly so. Trinidad-Snake walking right over to the fallen Noah Cutter. It does not matter, and the win in round number 1 of his bare knuckle debut for Carlos Trinidad-Snake.
And he landed a lot of clean shots on Cutter. He hurt him several times right there. Cutter continued to try and just, weather the storm and get through it. There was no way he took too many clean shots. Very difficult to do with bare knuckles. Was a fast. How fast was that fight, Sean? Do you know? What's the time on that one?
First round knockout. Nick Behrens' 10 count had to be longer than 10 seconds, and it did not matter.
And there's a clean right punch. You can just see his eyes are not there anymore. That was the finishing shot, but he'd already taken several punches before that, several clean shots. There it was. You see it again, and his legs are just not there anymore. There was the uppercut that hurt him the first time, I think.
You see the excitement of Trinidad-Snake. Nick Barron's with his 10 count. Trinidad-Snake will actually walk too close. Barron stops his count correctly so, sends him away.
I mean,
it does not matter. This is not the Dempsey-Tunney long count.
that was basically, in his mind, a walk-away knockout. You know, he knocked him down. He knew it was over for the entire time. He wasn't worried. He was walking around with his hands up. He knew that the fight was over as soon as he landed that many clean shots.
Noah Cutter is a really talented fighter, but he was caught with a ferocious punch by Carlos Trinidad-Snake.
Well, Trinidad-Snake, he wanted to show his fans and everybody, the fans here, exactly who he is as a fighter. He says he's worked a lot. He's been working really hard. He's really dedicated himself to this. He wanted this to be a coming-out party for him, and I think it was.
Carlos Trinidad-Snake told us, Chris, I'm going to land punches from awkward angles. That really wasn't an awkward angle. That was a conventional angle.
Absolutely. I mean, it was just so quick. He jumped all over him, landed the punches, and that's it.
Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Nick Barons, reaches the count of 10 at 38 seconds into round number 1 for your winner by KO, Carlos Trinidad-Snake.
Man, 38 seconds, what an impressive fight against a guy with a lot more experience than him. I wish we could have saw more. I'd like to see more Trinidad-Snake, and what a great debut. Wow, can't wait to see him fight again.
That is a very impressive bare knuckle fighting championship debut for Carlos Trinidad-Snake. Noah Cutter entering with 3 fights of bare knuckle experience, had focused on his defense, but that right hand getting through, and that proves to be the final punch of the fight. The winner by way of first round knockout in 38 seconds, Carlos Trinidad-Snake defeats Noah Cutter.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 33, live Friday, November 18th. In the main event, it's the Mexicutioner versus the Assassin, as former BKFC World Champion Joey Beltran clashes with a warrior looking for his next knockout, the undefeated Houston Alexander. In the co-main event, the unbeaten Sean P-Town Wilson knuckles up with combat sports vet Kevin Crash Croom. Watch it live. Download the BKFC app at bkfc.com. Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
Tonight's Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is back in Omaha, Nebraska, coming to you live from Liberty First Credit Union Arena. It's BKFC 33, and we will open with 2 preliminary bouts. Then at the top of the hour, our main card will begin live on the BKFC app. In the co-main event, Sean Wilson versus Kevin Croom set for the lightweight division. And this evening's main event at cruiserweight, Houston Alexander versus former BKFC heavyweight champion Joey Beltran. Hey everyone, with Chris Lights Out Lytle, I'm Sean Wheelock. The BKFC app is by far and away the best deal in all of combat sports. You get access to tonight's main card of BKFC 33 from here in Omaha, Nebraska, as well as access to every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship event, plus our entire fight archives. Again, you see the price, just $4.99 per month. And on our main card tonight, which you can watch on the BKFC app, we will have major news about Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship in the year 2023.
Sean,
Chris,
so much good information we put on there. I don't even know some of these things you guys bring up. I mean, it's such a good time to have here because I'm always going to find out new things we have coming up. It's great.
Omaha, Nebraska is a great wrestling city. It's a great MMA city. It's a great boxing city. And it has rapidly become a great BKFC city. Another stacked Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship card tonight, culminating with our main event at 205 pounds. Houston Alexander, who is fighting at his walk-around weight, versus Joey Beltran, who drops down from heavyweight.
He is dropping down, Sean. I know a lot of people think that's a big deal. Maybe it can lead to cardio problems, people getting tired, but cardio's never been a problem from Joey Beltran. That's, a matter of fact, one of his assets. He usually wears people down as the fight goes on, pushes the pace. I don't see him dropping down a weight class being a factor at all for his cardio.
Chris, our co-main event at 155 pounds. This is intriguing. Sean Wilson, an MMA veteran, versus Kevin Croom, an MMA veteran. Here's the caveat. Wilson is 2-0 in BKFC. Kevin Croom, who comes to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship from the UFC, tonight will be making his bare knuckle debut.
There you go. That's the experience versus that pedigree right there that Croom has. Very tough, very high level, very different kind of striker. He's very good at what he does. And what he wants to do is come in and throw hard punches, but it's going to be different because he's got a guy with some experience right there. Who's going to win out? This is going to be experience or the high pedigree. It's going to be a very interesting fight.
Tonight's fight odds are presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
A lot of good fights right here, Sean. A lot of money to be made. The thing that jumps out at me right now is Sarah Shell at pretty much even money, -115. That's a great bet right there.
Use the promo code BKFC33 this evening when you go online to DraftKings Sportsbook. The rules of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship: all bouts are scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds and are scored by 3 judges on the 10-point must system. Punching in the active clinch is allowed. There is no 3 knockdown rule. All kicks, knees, and elbows are illegal, as are all takedowns and submissions. Crescent Tools brings you the numbers for this, our opening bout of the evening in the lightweight division. Brandon Meyer versus Shane Moffett.
You can see, Sean, here, not much difference. 2-inch reach advantage, 2 centimeter difference, size of fist, very similar in all guys. I don't think it's going to be, physical attribute is going to be the make a difference in this fight.
This is the BKFC debut for Shane Moffett. He is a veteran of 14 pro MMA bouts, 2 in pro boxing. In our fighter meeting, Moffett told us that he wants to utilize strong counter-striking. He said, I'm going to showcase angles, I'm going to showcase speed, I'm going to showcase movement.
Said he wants to stay all the way in, all the way out. Doesn't want to get in the mid-range with this fighter.
Moffett also said, I believe my opponent, Brandon Meyer, does want to fight in the mid-range. That's where I will feel he will be at his best. I want to keep a very low stance, avoid that mid-range, slide outside as Meyer comes forward.
Sean, I really liked what he was saying. He wants to start off slow, understand the distance, and then pick up the pace as the fight moves along.
This is the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut for Brandon Meyer. He has had 2 pro MMA bouts, told us that he wants to stand in the center of the ring and trade punches with Shane Moffett, his opponent in this 155-pound bout. Meyer said, I'm naturally right-handed, but I'm going to continually switch stances. I truly believe that I can knock out Moffett from either stance with either hand.
Well, he feels like he has a very unorthodox style, and he's very heavy-handed. He feels like if he gets in there, gets off first, and throws a lot of body shots, he feels like he's going to win the fight.
Meyer also told us in our fighter meeting, I'm expecting a fast and aggressive start from Shane Moffett. I think he's going to want to stand and trade. That is exactly the fight that I want. I believe whoever sets this tempo, Meyer told us, will win the fight.
Talking about getting inside and banging, he feels like if he can land that left hand to the liver, that's going to be his best shot.
To get us started, we send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the First Liberty Credit Union Arena here in Omaha, Nebraska. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to BKFC 33. BKFC for review begins with minute rounds in the lightweight division, presented to you by Knockout Gummies. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and pink. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, an even 154 pounds. He is an MMA veteran of 14 fights and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Sioux City, Iowa, here is Shane Skeletor Moffett. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and white. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 155.8 pounds. He is an MMA veteran with 1 victory opposite a single feat, and tonight makes his BK debut. Fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, here is Brendan Beast Mode Meyer. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
Shane Moffett said, I can't be stationary. I'm going to continually circle, look to land big hooks. The bell, round number 1, fast start forward off the scratch line for Brandon Meyer. He's in the black and white trunks, black and pink trunks for Shane Moffett.
Dressing styles here, Sean. One guy wants to stand and bang, one guy movement.
Swing on the outside is Brandon Meyer. Slow forward pressure from Moffett. The orthodox stance is Meyer. Notice he will continually switch stances. Pulls back the overhand right. Jab to the body, hook to the body. Clever entry from Moffett right back out. Congested stance now for Meyer. Forward off the jab from the ortho stance from Moffett.
Moffett has a little cut underneath his eye as well.
Check left hook from Moffett. Open hand parry from Meyer.
Oh.
The rangefinder, a big right hand. And down goes Shane Moffett.
And Moffett seems very confused right now. He's going to have to get his wits underneath him. Get his feet underneath him here, Sean. I don't know if he's getting up.
The count of 10 reached, and a one-punch knockout win in his Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut for Brandon Meyer.
Sean, right there, that's what we just talked about. Placement is everything. Just caught him with a nice clean shot right on the button. That's all it took right there. Didn't take much. But if you hit somebody in the right spot, especially right there, I felt like Moffett was coming forward a little bit. That magnified the amplitude of that punch. When it landed, it did a lot of damage.
You will see it on the replay. Meyer, open hand, pawing the jab. And then the right hand, Chris.
Like I said, Moffett was coming forward. He just didn't see that right hand coming. Boom. He went to throw his own left jab, walked right into that right hand. And you can just see from the look on his face right there, he was not quite with it. He was trying to get up. He just couldn't get up in time.
Shane Moffett is a very tough fighter. I've commentated him in pro boxing and in pro MMA. Counting those two sports, this was his 17th combined pro combat sports bout, but he simply could not recover from that massive right hand of Brandon Meyer. Again, touch tough and then turning over the right hand.
Moffett looked relaxed, he looked calm, he was coming in, he was moving very well. Just walked into that right hand. He threw his own left jab, moved forward, and when he did, he caught the right hand.
We always get knockouts when we're in Omaha, Nebraska, and we start BKFC 33 with a first-round finish. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 3 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO, Brandon Beast Mode Meyer.
Huge debut for Meyer. Sean looked fantastic out there, showed a lot of power and timing with that right hand.
Brandon Meyer said, I have legitimate power in both hands. Indeed, he showed it. Setting up the jab, and then from the jab flows that devastating right hand to the finish. The winner by way of first round KO, Brandon Meyer defeats Shane Moffett.
Let's go!
Tonight only, you'll receive 30% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship merchandise when you use the promo code BKFC33 at bareknuckleshop.com. Check out the huge selection of merch to choose from with sizes and styles for everyone. You can place your order now at bareknuckleshop.com. And again, a reminder, you can use the promo code BKFC33 at checkout to get 30% off your entire Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live Bare Knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
BKFC 33, live tonight from Omaha, Nebraska, is presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, OnlyFans, Crescent Tools, and by 8-Man Strong. You are with us live worldwide watching the BKFC 33 prelims. A first-round finish. We always get first-round finishes no matter where we are. We just seem to get a lot more in Omaha, Nebraska. You're a Midwesterner, I'm a Midwesterner. That's just the nature of Midwestern fighting. Be it MMA, be it boxing, be it bare knuckle, we get the hard finishes, Chris. Top of the hour, our main card will begin. It is stacked as always for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. The way to watch is on the BKFC app. So again, from our free view worldwide, however you are watching, go to the BKFC app. If you haven't done so, order now. It costs you just $4.99 per month. It gives you access not only to tonight's main card, every single card around the world for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, as well as our entire fight library, starting with BKFC 1 from June 2nd, 2018. You can watch Chris win his fights at BKFCs 2 and 4. Again, just $4.99 per month. Chris, a stacked card as we talked about, and so intriguing in our main event. Joey Beltran made his name, went to the UFC as a 205-pounder, then moved up to heavyweight in both MMA and Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Now Beltran, the former BKFC heavyweight titleist, drops back down to 205. Houston Alexander walks always at about 198 to 202 pounds. He never cuts weight. He's fighting at 205.
Very intriguing matchup indeed. Houston Alexander known for his one-punch knockout power on both hands. Joey Beltran known for wearing the guy down, pushing him around. He's done a great job here for us. You know, he's been down in a couple of fights, 3 rounds to 0 in one of his title fights, came back to knock his opponent out. Great cardio machine, so that's what he brings to the table here. He's not going to try and knock you out with one punch. He's going to try and grind the fight out, push the pace, wear you down, be a smart fighter. He's got a very high fight IQ. He's going to try to utilize that here in the fight. get the victory late. You don't really look at him getting the first round knockout. You look at him wearing a guy down, getting the second, third, fourth round finish.
Those, of course, are two UFC veterans, Joey Beltran, Houston Alexander. UFC fighters keep coming to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. We're seeing two more UFC fighters and recent UFC fighters making their BKFC debuts on this card. Let's talk about Drako Rodriguez. I commentated him in the Late Grade Victory Fighting Championship when he was in AMI. I saw he was going to be very good. He's gone to the UFC now tonight, making his BKFC debut against the ultra-tough, ultra-experienced Will Shutt at 145 pounds.
Will Shutt, just a very entertaining Midwestern fighter. He's going to come in and do the same thing. He's going to throw hard punches the entire time. He said, I will take one to get one. I'm going to knock your head off. Can you do it before I do it to you? That's his game plan, always coming in, and he wins a lot because of it, because this is a different sport, especially your first fight. If you're not used to that, he's going to come in and bring it to you with that experience. Drako, though, is just a little bit different right there. He has a different mentality, coming in as the higher pedigreed fighter. He's fought in the UFC. He's fought the higher level, so he feels like he has the advantage in this fight, but this is a different animal. You come in here in a squared circle. I've seen many guys come in here and think this is going to be something that it's not quite the same when they get in there. Getting hit with that bare knuckle, it's always different your first time, and I love the fact we get UFC guys coming over here. And a lot of them right now, you can always see that people who really want to be in here, these have got that old school mentality. The guys who fought in UFC and loved the UFC back in the day when it was just raw and different. And you can see the people who really enjoy that and love it, and they're wanting to come over here and fight for us. So I love seeing that, and I continue. Come on over, people. I love it.
Kevin Croom is the other UFC to BKFC debutant on this card. You'll see him in our co-main at 155 pounds versus Sean Wilson. Sean Wilson is extremely experienced in MMA as well as Kevin Croom. The difference is that Wilson is 2-0 in this sport, and again, this is the bare knuckle debut tonight for Kevin Croom.
I mean, experience means so much in this sport. Like I said, the first time I fought bare knuckle, the first round, I felt, man, the distance was wrong. I felt weird. I felt naked out there. I didn't have anything on my hands, and punches were coming like, this feels awkward. So it just took me a minute to get adjusted. Now, that's a thing. Can Sean Wilson jump on his opponent before he has time to adjust? If you kind of take your time and wait and let him get comfortable, that could be detrimental. But the best thing to do, I always feel like a person who's never been here, jump on him right away. Let him get hit with that bare knuckle. Let him think, do I really want to be in here?
Our final domestic show, our final show in the United States of 2022 for BKFC takes place December 3rd at this stunning Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. You will, of course, see it live right here on the BKFC app. Chris, 2 title fights on this stacked card. Arguably the most dominant fighter in the entire sport of bare knuckle, Luis Palomino. He is a 2-weight class titleist. He'll be looking to successfully defend the lightweight strap as he faces Tom Schoaf. The middleweight title at stake, the champion Francesco Ricci versus Dave Mundell. Featherweight division, Howard Davis versus Louis Lopez. At middleweight, Blake Davis versus William Dunkel.
Unbelievable card right there. He talked about Palomino being one of the best fighters we have. Tom Schoaf, probably one of the most popular. Who doesn't like watching Tom Schoaf fight? Every time he's on the card, I'm like, yeah, we got this fight's going to be great. All these fights are very, very high quality. I mean, unbelievable. Probably one of the best cards of the year right here, Sean, and it's going to be one of our last ones.
Chris, so that's our final domestic show of the year. Next week, we will be in Newcastle, England. We'll tell you about Thailand in a moment. We're back in England. We were there in August at Wembley. Now we're north to Newcastle. This is another great card and a really intriguing main event. We don't want to play matchmaker. That's the job of our great matchmaker, BKFC Nate Shook. One would think, however, the winner of this main event in the heavyweight division, Mick Terrell versus Steve Banks, probably in line for a title shot versus the champion Arnold A.J. Adams.
Yeah, great matchup right there. Banks, Terrell, he's looked fantastic for us. Terrell, his first fight, we didn't realize he had a lot of issues, a lot of different problems going on, but the next time he came, just looked phenomenal. So he's really looking up, going against undefeated Banks. So the winner of that definitely in line for a title fight.
So again, that's next Friday, BKFC UK from Newcastle, England. Then our final show of 2022 is BKFC Thailand 4. Note the date, this has just been announced. This is December 10th. BKFC Thailand almost has a cult following. We get so much attention. We get so much traction with these outstanding cards. Nick Chapman, our partner in Asia, does such a great job and the 4th time we will be in Thailand. Look for further expansion in 2023 for BKFC Thailand. Indeed, will become BKFC Asia. There's talk about a number of Asian countries, including Cambodia. Thailand, though, obviously an epicenter, really one of the fight country capitals of the world. December 10th. Again, you will see that show. You will see Newcastle. You will see Hollywood, Florida. Indeed, every event, BKFC worldwide on the BKFC app. And of course, that's how you see our main card, which begins top of the hour as we are live tonight for BKFC 33 here in Omaha, Nebraska. OnlyFans gives you our exclusive look back of the house at Shawn Wilson. He is in tonight's co-main event at 155 pounds versus Kevin Croom. Danny Molina walking behind Shawn Wilson. And there is Tim Elliott walking behind Kevin Croom. Again, Croom from the UFC to BKFC. That's been very successful for some fighters, including those named Chris Lytle, and it hasn't been that successful for other fighters. Success in MMA, success in boxing does not guarantee success in bare knuckle. It can translate, and sometimes it doesn't translate.
Like you said, it can, and sometimes it doesn't. It depends on the type of fighter, though. If you got a guy who's tough, gritty, likes to bite down his mouthpiece and just go at it, and they have a good chin, they're going to probably do well at this sport. Some guys don't like to get hit. They're great at taking people down. They're great at submissions. They're great at certain aspects, maybe even on their feet, but they just don't have that thing where they come in and they like biting down the mouthpiece and punching. I mean, they might not do as well here. So just because you're in the UFC doesn't mean you're going to be great here, or if you're a great boxer. There's very many very slick boxers who I don't think would do great in here. It just depends on the sport, the individual, totally different for everyone.
Thus far in this modern revival of bare knuckle fighting, brought to us courtesy of our founder and president of BKFC, David Feldman, the vast majority of the fighters have had some form of MMA experience. There have not been that many fighters on the roster who come from boxing without having had any MMA. Rhino Riley is an exception. Rhino Riley had a very good amateur career. He's had 2 pro boxing bouts. Tonight, he's in our feature bout versus Carlos Trinidad-Snake. Again, another fighter who I commentated in MMA. This isn't exactly, it's not 1993. Art Davies not here. It's not exactly style versus style, but you will see the influence in our feature bout. Carlos Trinidad-Snake, you'll see the MMA style, the MMA footwork, the MMA angles versus Rynell Riley, all of that from boxing.
Well, Riley really had to reinvent his whole game, and he's talked about that, how it's totally different in boxing. You can't really tie you up. It's all about being outside. Here it's totally different, because if you are the best outside fighter and the guy pushes you in and has that active clinch, there's nothing you can do. You have to change up your game. He's learned a lot from his last fight, how not to waste punches, how to be smarter. But like I said, this is a different sport, and he's learned that.
Again, top of the hour, our main card will begin. Coming up, still one more prelim. You're with us watching live worldwide. At the top of the hour, the way to watch BKFC 33 is on the BKFC app. Last time, BKFC 32, we were in Orlando, Florida. It was about 70 degrees warmer. A great crowd tonight, a great crowd in Orlando. We now take you back to a look at BKFC 32.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live bare knuckle fighting championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app. Still only $4.99 a month.
I am that much better. I am the face. I am here now because I am the undefeated, undisputed champion of the world.
And down goes Josh Wright for the second time in round 2. Tom Show just keeps on rolling. That's a legitimate knockdown. Diaz on the canvas again. And move! And flat on his back goes David Simpson. Mouthpiece out. told us he likes to continually adapt through the fight. This is the BKFC debut for Tony Murphy. You see, with the jab southpaw stance, immediately to the inside. And there's the dirty boxing where Tony Murphy feels he can really dominate this fight. Naked right hand landed by Tony Murphy. Big shots again! Down goes Shane Stout.
51 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO, Tony Murphy.
Jafar Fort set to make his BKFC debut. This is the BKFC promotional debut for Chris Cornelius. Black trunks, as you see, for both fighters. Blue glove tape for Chris Cornelius, taking big shots. Red glove tape for Jafar Fort, and he records the immediate first round knockdown. The count of 10 reached.
For your winner by KO, Jafar Fort knocks.
This is the BKFC debut for Josh Marr. This is bout number 3 in BKFC for Brandon Allen. Allen staying elusive. You see the head movement. Allen on the counter, and that's ruled a slip by Andrew Glenn. Snap jab from Brandon Allen. Counter, that's a clean knockdown on the left hand.
Hard Allen steps on the gas right now. He's going to go for the finish.
That's ruled a knockdown.
It's just that
Big jab. Knockdown number 3. No, that's ruled a slip by Andrew Glenn. That is a clean knockdown off the jab. There's the left hand hook. Jab lands from Marr.
Marr's doing a lot of good things out there. He's just a very tough opponent right now.
Knockdown number 6. Third here in round 3. This fight is over.
For your winner by TKO, Brandon Superman Allen.
This is the BKFC debut for Stephon Reese. This is the BKFC debut for Jonathan Miller. Overhand right, there's the duck under, big swing. Reese eludes that overhand right. Jab left hook, and down goes Stephon Reese, flat on his back. The count of 10 reached.
For your winner by KO, Jonathan Big Baby Miller.
Jack Grady set for his 3rd bout in BKFC. This is a fight featuring 2 big personalities. Jack Grady being one, and Ryan Reber being the other. Ready from the southpaw, looping on the jab, naked 2 to the body. Now into the clinch goes Jack Grady. Short left hand, obvious headbutt there by Jack Grady, spotted by referee Andrew Glenn, who calls time. Time in after the 1-point deduction to Grady for what's deemed by Andrew Glenn. The resetting overhand left misses on the edge. Grady was pushed back. Now high tight striking guard. Here's the first flurry of the fight from Ryan Reber. Right now, Jack Grady is executing his game plan. That might be another point deduction. There was the headbutt again. That's it. Disqualification. Second headbutt. And Ryan Reber wins on the DQ. And here comes the brawl.
That's it. That's it. I got him. I got him. I got him. I got him. Get up.
For your winner by way of disqualification, Royal Ryan Reber.
This is bout number 4 in BKFC for Chancey Wilson and J.R. Ridge. This is bout number 4 for Ridge in BKFC. Counter on the left hook. Early stages of this flyweight fight. Into the clinch. Overhand right lands. Counter right hand. Snap jab from the southpaw stance for Chancey Wilson. Jab to the body. Counter right hand by Ridge. Swings now to the body. Hard to the sternum. Covering up is Wilson. Unloading is J.R. Ridge. Thudding shots. Wilson circles out. Round number 3. Short left hand lands from Ridge. Jab right back from Wilson.
Oh, he's tired. Is he hurt? Is the body hurt? What's going on?
Final seconds. Jesse Wilson is almost done fighting. The show taking a really close look. Final seconds of this fight. From J.R. Ridge. They fight to the bell, and after the bell, Jesse Wilson drops to a knee.
All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, J.R. the Lion Ridge.
David Diaz told us I'm an emotional fighter, and I want to allow myself to continue to be driven by those emotions. Travis Thompson utterly, and I mean utterly, dismissive of David Diaz. Lots of movement. There's the duck under from Thompson. Big wide swings, overhand left lands from Diaz. Thompson still very well blocking a lot of those wide punches. Aim for his head on his shoulders here in the first round. Into the clinch.
Diaz has been able to entice his opponents into fighting game, playing into his style. Travis Thompson isn't doing that.
Big left hook. Thompson landing flush. Final seconds, round number 2, as you heard the 10-second clap. Straight right hand, counter left hand from Diaz. Big swing, somebody. Next up, round 3.
8 fights that he's had.
Big shot, another left hook, and down goes David Diaz.
Like I just said, he's just showing that experience right now. He's in control.
Big sequence, left to the body, overhand right. Thompson in the pocket, another left hook. More big shots from Travis Thompson. Thompson can see the finish line, trying to reach it here. Closing stages of round 4. There's the bell.
In favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Travis the Animal Thompson.
United States Army veteran Sarah Click. This is the promotional BKFC and indeed the sport of bare knuckle fighting debut for Jessica Borga. Big right hand from Click.
You gotta watch out for that chin being wide open.
There's a big right hand from Borga. More shots now from Borga. Taking the knee is Sarah Click. And now Borga relentless on the restart, and that's knockdown number 2. Borga pulls back the right hand.
For your winner by KO, Jessica the Black Widow Borga.
This is the BKFC promotional debut for Gabriel Fryer. In BKFC, promotionally, Taylor is 3-1. Fryer on his bike on the outside. Taylor now to the inside, exactly where he wants to be. 30 seconds gone, round 2.
Every time Fryer's throwing a punch, he's almost backing out at the same time. He's throwing a punch, putting his head back, and ready to disengage. It's more of a one punch at a time type of situation, trying to land some jabs.
There's the jab. Hard shot and knockdown number 2. Big right uppercut.
And that was right to the body. Beautiful body shot right there. That could be it, because when you get hit like that, the air is out of you.
For your winner by KO, Bobby ODB Taylor.
Jay Jackson enters 2-1 in BKFC. Jared Warren enters 4-2 in BKFC. There's a big left hand and a follow with the left hand. Jackson to the body, the right hand. This one with a jab. Big shot. Down goes Jay Jackson. He does. Final seconds, round number 2. Knockdown number 2. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round.
For your winner by KO, Jared Captain Deadpool Warren.
Draped in the flag of Florida. Reggie Barnett Jr. He is the current BKFC interim bantamweight champion, but that title not at stake in this bout. Round number 1. Gold trunks for Reggie Barnett. 3-punch combination. Barnett then lands the left hand. Herrera still coming forward, walking through those punches. Barnett exploding forward, lands the right hand. Good left hand from Barnett. Herrera still trying to cut off the ring. Into the clinch. Half-tie block from Herrera. That is the end of the fight.
At 50-45, in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Reggie Easy Educated Hands Barnett.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
Let's go!
Tonight only, you'll receive 30% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship merchandise when you use the promo code BKFC33 at bareknuckleshop.com. Check out the huge selection of merch to choose from with sizes and styles for everyone. You can place your order now at bareknuckleshop.com. And again, a reminder, you can use the promo code BKFC33 at checkout to get 30% off your entire.
To the women's flyweight division, our tale of the tape presented by Crescent Tools, Sarah Schell versus Audra Cummings.
Sean, everything right here seems very even. I think the thing that jumps out at me is that betting odds. I love Sarah Schell at -125 right there. If you want to win some money, I think that'd be a good bet.
Use the promo code BKFC33 this evening when you go online to DraftKings Sportsbook. This is bout number 2 in BKFC for Audra Cummings. Cummings told us in our fighter meeting she feels she has gained both speed and endurance since that bare knuckle fighting championship debut in January of this year. She said, I froze up in that first fight. In this fight, I have to clear my mind and I have to let my hands go.
That was the big thing, letting the hands go, not dropping the hands. He said she wants to use a lot of in and out movement to take away the range. Really wants to focus on throwing that liver shot, Sean.
Cummings also said, I'm going to keep moving in and out. Uppercuts to the body of my opponent, Sarah Schell, from the inside. I want a very fast start. Cummings also said, I think Schell will come straight forward, but I believe she will keep her hands low. I can't sit back. I have to engage.
Sean Cummings said something smart. She said she felt like last time she showed how tough she was, but she doesn't ever want to do that again. She wants to work on her defense, focus on showing her defense is better than her toughness.
Cummings told us her key to victory was being consistent. She said, I have to be consistent with my movement, with my mentality, and with my punches. This is the BKFC debut for Dr. Sarah Schell. Schell is a primary care physician in Phoenix, Arizona. She's a veteran of 3 pro MMA bouts, including 1 in LFA. In her native British Columbia, Canada, Schell was actually a youth chess champion. Schell said, I have to use that quote-unquote chess brain to solve problems, to build my strategy in this fight.
Sean, she said that she feels like people, the thinkers do best in this sport, and she feels like she wants you thinking to be the more technical fighter here.
No animosity, only respect between these two fighters. Schell said of Audra Cummings, her opponent in this women's flyweight bout, she's very tough. I know she can take shots. I do not want to get pulled into a brawl against Audra Cummings.
like I said, be more technical, but she feels like once she lands her hard punches, her opponent will second-guess herself.
Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the women's flyweight division, presented to you by Lions Not Sheep Apparel. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight she wears black and gray. She stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. Her official weight, 125.3 pounds. Tonight, she steps into the squared circle for the second time. Fighting out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, by way of Plant City, Florida. Here is Andra AK-47 Cummings. And across the ring, her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, she wears yellow and white. She stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. Her official weight, 124.2 pounds. Her MMA record stands at 3 fights, and tonight she makes her BKFC debut. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, here is Dr. Sarah TNT Shell. And our referee in charge of the action, Joe Doherty.
Dr. Sarah Shell is presumably momentarily suspended her Hippocratic oath for this bout versus Andra Cummings. Both fighters up to scratch. The bell, round number 1. Yellow and white trunks for Sarah Shell, black and white trunks for Andra Cummings. Big jab, the right hand, another jab, then Shell backs out of the pocket. Hands high and tight for Cummings. Double jab from Shell. She's again with the jab, overhand right, check left hook now into the clinch. Set from Andra Cummings. Shell putting out the jab. There's the 1-2. Again the 1-2. Into the clinch. Half tie plumb snatched by Cummings. Couldn't hold it. 80 seconds remaining, round number 1. Shell immediately to work Chris with her jab.
Both girls are being very technical right now, Sean. No winging punches. Everything's nice and tight. Cummings really talked about the need to get off first, but she's not been able to do that so far. I think that jab right now, Sarah Shell's really giving her problems.
To the pocket, to the inside. Defensive half-time plumb held by Cummings. Quick separation from referee Joe Doherty. Right back to it. The fighter's center of the ring. Carried away by Cummings. Straight 1-2s.
That one rocked Cummings right there. She's a little bit hurt right now, so she's got to be very careful.
Left hand check shots. Again into the clinch. Huge right hands on the overhand. Now half-time plumb snatched by Shell.
All right, break, clean break.
Separation again from Doherty, keeping this fight moving. Back to the jab goes Shell. Everything thus far for Sarah Shell flowing off of the jab. Big right hand. That backs up Cummings again. Cummings trying to counter with the right hand. More big shots, straight right hand. That is the end of round 1.
Sean, you can see the difference right there. When Cummings was landing punches, it was her backing up. You could not throw hard punches backing up. Very few people can do that. So when Sarah Shell was coming forward, then that clean 1-2, that did the damage.
Scan the QR code now on your screen. That takes you to the BKFC app at the top of the hour. Our main card begins live worldwide on the BKFC app.
And right here, you can just see that Sarah Shell doing a good job, but that just nice 1-2 right there that buckled the knees of Andra Cummings right there. And right here at the end, you can just see both girls with good combinations right there. A lot of dirty boxing on the inside. Felt like the difference what there was Sarah Shell had a very nice, crisp, clean jab that really dictated the pace of that round.
First up to scratch, Sarah Shell. Now joined at the scratch line, 3 feet away by Andra Cummings.
Andra Cummings was accurate when she said she needed to get off first. She hasn't been able to do that so far.
Round number 2 we go.
She's really not stepping into her punches. And that's where Sarah Shell's excelling. She steps in really well with that 1-2.
That was a 2-3 a moment ago. The overhand right, then the hook from Shell. To the jab. More big shots to the head from Shell coming forward. Smear of blood under the nose of Cummings. 25 remaining round 2.
See, when Audrey Cummings throwing that jab, she's not stepping in. There's really no chance of that landing. She's just kind of throwing it to throw. It's more of a defensive measure, really.
Big shots again. Stepping in with the left hand, overhand right, another right hand, and down goes Audrey Cummings. Mandatory 8 count from referee Joe Doherty. Beating the count is Audrey Cummings.
Audrey Cummings.
Joe Doherty will not let this fight continue. And the win in her BKFC debut for Dr. Sarah Shell.
And you can see right there, Audrey Cummings basically said no more. She didn't want any more. That she got rocked right there. Probably the smartest thing was to just stay down right there because she didn't seem to have an answer. She was continuing to back up, kept getting hit with those power shots. And you can just see the difference. If one person's coming forward, the other's backing up. I don't care if you're throwing. When you're backing up and the other person's coming forward, you're going to lose that battle every time. And just look at these nice, straight, clean punches for Sarah Shell.
These are two intensely likable people, Sarah Shell and Audrey Cummings. Cummings was certainly game. She just did not have the answer defensively to that onslaught of punches that really began early stages of round number 1. Everything flowing off the jab from Shell. She was throwing straight twos, overhand right hands, the check left hooks. That was a quality performance. And BKFC's women's 125-pound division continues to get deeper and deeper, Chris.
Sarah Shell said she wants to stay active with us too. She wants to continue to fight for us and be busy. So hopefully we can find another fight for her very quickly.
Well, in my career, I've commentated 2 PhDs. Now I've commentated a primary care physician. We send it into the ring with Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Joe Doherty, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 1 minute, 8 seconds into round number 2. For your winner by TKO, Dr. Sarah TNT Shell.
Like you just said, Sean, in a very deep division already, I think it just got a little bit deeper. Sarah Shell with those nice, crisp, clean punches and very calm, very relaxed. Seemed like a force to be reckoned with in that division.
Forward pressure from the start of this fight. Straight punches all flowing off the jab. And the left hand proves to be the final fight of the night. The winner, by way of second round TKO, Sarah Shell defeats Audrey Cummings.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live Bare Knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
It's time to knuckle up!
Big left hand from Banks, and down goes Akbar Karimi, flat on his back.
And you can see the confidence right now just swelling in Nick Terrell.
In just over 10 minutes from now, our main card will begin. It's BKFC 33 from one of the best fight cities in the United States, Omaha, Nebraska. Jam-packed here tonight. Again, we always get finishes no matter where we are in BKFC. We just seem to get a lot more early finishes when we are in Omaha.
I think the first time we're here, Sean, 10 fights, 10 knockouts. I don't even think we got past the third round that night.
So far, 2 fights, 2 knockouts. 1 in the first round, 1 in the second round. So again, top of the hour, our main card begins. Our preview will end, and then go to the BKFC app to see our main card. The BKFC app is your home for all things Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. It gives you access to every single BKFC event. There are no additional fees. That's every event from the United States, from the United Kingdom, from Asia and beyond. And that continues into 2023. You also get access to our entire fight archive going all the way back to BKFC 1, June 2nd, 2018, all for just $4.99 per month. On our main card, which begins again top of the hour on the BKFC app, we will unveil some major news regarding Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship in 2023. We also have some news that we can talk about right now. Tryouts will take place in Las Vegas, Nevada next month, Chris, December 17th. This is an open tryout. Sign up right now, bkfc.com/tryout.
Sean, I'm really excited for that because I'm actually going to be there. I'm going to be one of the people who are going to be watching, trying to pick out new talent. I've been to a couple of these, and man, I love watching the new talent come out there and really seeing why people want to be here. So I'm looking forward to being a part of that process.
And Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, as we announced 2 weeks ago at BKFC 32, we'll tell you again, we are headed to Puerto Rico. February 2023. That, of course, is the home of Elvin Brito. Outstanding tradition for Puerto Rico for boxing. And this certainly seems that it will be an outstanding place to welcome Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
Not only is it where Brito lives, but they also have a lot of good camps out there. People went and see how they do things down there, and they really dedicate. I mean, it's just very rough and rugged and dedicating everything to it, not all the nice amenities. So they really have a lot of good training going on in Puerto Rico right now.
Chris, top of the hour, our main card begins. Let's focus first on our co-main. This is intriguing, 155 pounds. Sean Wilson versus Kevin Croom.
Sean Wilson comes with hard shots, power. Like I said, typical Midwest guy wants to come in, and he's not going to pull any punches, but I'm going to try to hit you in the face as hard as I can. I mean, that's what he's bringing to the table, and he'll take one to get one. Very intriguing fight right there because his opponent, Croom, high level, but this guy, he's a grinder. He wants to get inside, tie up, work all angles, work everything. He doesn't really want to get hit, but he doesn't mind mix up when he has to. So it's going to be a very fun fight to watch, guaranteed to be fireworks, Sean.
And our main event in the cruiserweight division, Houston Alexander versus Joey Beltran, the former BKFC heavyweight titleist, dropping down to 205. OnlyFans gives you our exclusive look back of the house. There you see Houston Alexander, 2 fights, 2 big knockout wins in BKFC. Joey Beltran, with his wife behind him, Britain Hart Beltran, BKFC's reigning 115-pound women's champion, set to return to his original weight where he entered the UFC, 205 pounds. Every other fight that he has had in BKFC has been at heavyweight. Beltran, though, said that he feels great. He said, because I had to be disciplined in my diet and my fitness, I feel present, I feel engaged coming to this fight.
Well, he also feels like he has a different level of movement. He can be faster, he can be outside, he can do a lot of different things that he wasn't able to do as a heavyweight. So continuing to evolve and continuing to change as a fighter, you got to appreciate that.
Again, coming up, top of the hour, we're under 10 minutes now. It's BKFC 33. We're jam-packed here in Omaha, Nebraska. The way to watch is live worldwide on the BKFC app. Again, it's just $4.99 per month. Quickly, we want to tell you about what's still to come in 2022. We have 3 more shows following this. Next Friday night, it's BKFC. We'll be in Newcastle, England. Rather, next Saturday, Newcastle, England. From London in August now to the north of England in Newcastle. You can watch that on the BKFC app. And then December 3rd, we're at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida, our final U.S. show of the year. And we close out BKFC in 2022. Back to Thailand, BKFC Thailand 4. Those cards are always amazing. That is December 10th. Chris Lights Out Live and myself, Sean Wheelock. We'll see you top of the hour on the BKFC app. We're set to go live from Omaha, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 33.
I am that much better. I am the face. I am here now because I am the undefeated, undisputed champion of the world.
And there goes Josh Wright for the second time in round 2. Tom Schultz just keeps on rolling. That's a legitimate knockdown. Diaz on the canvas again. And flat on his back goes David Simpson. Mouthpiece out.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live bare knuckle fighting championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app. Still only $4.99 a month.